Hey everyone, and welcome to this series of ANSYS tutorial in which we will learn how to perform the static structural analysis on cantilever beam in ANSYS. So let's begin. And here are our problem statement and boundary condition details. As you can see, the cantilever beam is fixed from the left side, the right end is free, and a 6000 Newton force is applied downward on the cantilever beam. These are some of the dimension. As you can see, the length is mentioned, the width and the height of the cantilever beam is mentioned. We will model this, and we will be using a material with the Young's modulus that is mentioned over here. The requirement are written over here, but in this tutorial we will only be figuring out the deformation, and these are some of the expected values of the outcomes are given over here. So let's begin. We will model this part or the beam in SOLIDWORKS, although I will provide the file so you can download it from the description, or otherwise I will encourage you to model as it is. So make sure that you have selected meters. So I have selected MKS as units. After that, I will select the front plane and click on sketch, and I will select the center rectangle from here, and I will create a center rectangle at the origin point. I will select the smart dimensioning tool and specify the width and the height. So both of those are going to be 0.35 meter. So I will specify the width and the height as 0.35 meter. As you can see, the unit is meter over here. Okay. Now the next thing is we have to go to features and select the extruded boss base and specify the length of this beam. So as specified in our earlier description, the length is going to be 4 meter. After specifying this, I will check the box, and now this is ready. So I will save this file in a folder named as cantilever beam, and I will name the file as cantilever beam geometry. It's up to you if you want to model in any design software like Fusion 360 or even in the ANSYS. It's up to you. Now I am opening the workbench. This is the ANSYS workbench, as you can see it from here. I will expand this from here, maximize. Then from this left side I will be finding the module static structural. So this right here is our static structural module. I will drag and drop here in this environment, and first thing that I will be doing here is that I will rename it as cantilever beam problem. Now here we have few steps to perform. The first step is engineering data. So I will double click over here, and in this one I will be creating a new material. So I have to click over here and I have to write the name of the material, for example steel. Then from this left tree you have to expand this linear elastic, and you have to select the isotropic elasticity. You can expand this from here, as you can see it from here, and make sure that modulus of elasticity is selected over here. You have to put the value of modulus of elasticity. In my case this is 2.7 e raised to power 10. So I have written e 2.7 e10. Okay, after that I will write the value of the Poisson's ratio as 0.3. Okay, the remaining features or parameters I will keep as it is. We are done with the first engineering data, and let's move on to the geometry. So I will right click here and I will find the option of import, and then I will select here browse, and I will go into the folder where I have saved this file, cantilever beam geometry, and I will click open. So we are done with the second option as well, geometry. Then we have to double click on model. After some time this another window will get appear. I will maximize this from here. Okay, now this right here is our geometry which we have modeled in SOLIDWORKS. So you can select this option to move and also this option to rotate if you are working in 2024. If you are working in any other version, it may be different. The interface will be a little bit different. Okay, now the first thing is we have to assign the material properly. So you need to expand this geometry. You need to select this geometry. As you can see it from here, I have selected the geometry, and when you select this geometry in this window you will see the option for material, and in assignment when you click on this arrow button, you have to select the steel which we have just created in our engineering data. So material has been assigned. The next thing we have to do is, okay, so this is actually the material which we have created. Okay, so this is under the material. Next thing is the mesh. So in this one, in this tutorial, I will be using the simple mesh. So right click on the mesh and click on update. We will definitely cover more details on the mesh in our later tutorials. So as you can see, the mesh has been created. Okay, so now it's time to assign the boundary condition. So I will right click on the static structural. I will go into insert, and in this insert we have option for the fixed support. As we know that one end of the cantilever beam is fixed, so I will ensure that I have this filter face filter is selected. As you can see it from here, I will select this face filter and I will select one end of the cantilever beam and then click on apply. So one end of this cantilever beam has been fixed according to the problem statement. Now the next thing we need to do is to apply the load on the other end. So what I will do, I will right click on the static structural in our project manager tree, and in insert we have option for the force. So I will select the force and I will ensure that I have selected the edge filter. So select the edge filter and I will select this vertical edge. As you can see, it is green highlighted, and I will click on apply. And since we have to apply it in downward, so in defined by, I will define it by components, and there are three axes, guys. We have to apply it vertically, so it has to be along the y-axis, as you can see it from here. So I will apply the load of minus 6000 Newton, minus because the force is acting downward. That's why I have applied minus 6000 Newton, as you can see. So 6000 Newton has been applied. So we are almost done with our boundary conditions, and now since we would require to find the deformation, so I have selected the total deformation over here, and after that I will right click on the deformation and I will click on solve button. So right click on the deformation and click on solve. It will take some time, and after that here are our results. And since this is although a beginner tutorial, but we have to validate the results. The unit is millimeter and the value should be 3.79 millimeters. So let me show you what we have in our problem statement. We have our expected analysis results. So this has to be 3.79 millimeters, and our results are very close to this value, because although this is in meters, so if we convert this is very close to 3.79 exact the value, I think so. So this is only about the flow and how we perform the analysis in ANSYS. And in this series of ANSYS tutorials, we will be covering more details. We will be covering the conceptual theoretical details as well, and we will perform the analysis in ANSYS as well. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next series of tutorials.